Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. Did you get fooled today? It's April Fool's Day, of course, and very often people play jokes on one another. Sometimes those jokes are good, sometimes they're funny, sometimes they are not. There was a young woman in America called Haley McBay who decided it would be a good April Fool's joke to dump her boyfriend who she was madly in love with. And so as an April Fool's Day, she sent him a text. It says, "I don't want to be with you anymore. I am not happy." And about 2 minutes later, she got an answer from him that said, "Thank God you said it first, so I didn't have to." She was absolutely devastated, absolutely heartbroken. When she finally got to talk to the boyfriend, turned out that he knew she was doing a joke, so he decided to do one back. He still did want to stay with her, but that's certainly an April Fool's Day she will never forget. There have been April Fool's jokes that have been very mean, very hurtful, and even tragic. Back in 1896, there was a farmer in Tennessee in the United States who decided to play an April Fool's joke on his wife. So he dressed up as a tramp and wore a really scary white mask and then crept up and began hammering on the door. She looked out the door to see who was there, saw this very scary figure with a dreadful mask on, and she actually fell to the ground with a heart attack and died a couple of hours later. And they'd only been married several months. This guy was absolutely heartbroken by what he had done. What had seemed to be a harmless April Fool's joke had ended up causing the death of his wife. Be it the car company BMW, they once had a no fool April Fool's joke. What they did, they published an advertisement in the newspaper saying, "Happy April the 1st. If you take this advert to us, your local BMW dealership, we will give you a free BMW car for the first person who turns up waving one of these adverts." Now, of course, everybody looked at the date 1st of April and said, they're not going to fool me like that. Until one lady decided, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. She took the advert out of the newspaper, went along to the dealership, and it was genuine. She got a brand new BMW car with a personalised number plate on it that spelt "No Fool." So that was a no April Fool's Day joke that worked out well for her. The problem with April Fool's jokes is you want them to be funny, but you don't want them to be hurtful. And many people do step over the line and do things that are hurtful or designed to humiliate. And really, that brings us to the whole purpose of why God gave us a sense of humour in the first place. I believe a sense of humour is a wonderful thing. I like to tell jokes. I can see the funny side in a lot of things. But I have discovered sometimes humour can be very hurtful. And there have been times when my humour has ended up hurting other people. And I have to say that's left other people hurt, and it's left me absolutely devastated, because that would be the very opposite of what I would ever want to intend to do, to cause pain to somebody. So I've had to learn to use humour very carefully, that it's always better to laugh at myself rather than to laugh at other people. And it's always better to be laughing with people rather than laughing at people. Look, I hope you enjoy April Fool's Day today. I hope you have some fun with friends and family in the midst of it all. I do hope that you can use your God-given sense of humour. I've discovered a sense of humour, and some used in the right way and used in the right places can actually even open up people's hearts to hear the gospel. So I pray that you will use your God-given sense of humour, but use it in a godly way. Don't use it to hurt. Don't use it to harm. Don't use it to laugh at people, even if you think they deserve it. God's given us a sense of humour for a reason, that like many other things that he's given us, it can be used for his glory. I pray that we'll learn how to do that well. God bless you today. Join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.